welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a requested video. The lady that requested it is, a username on YouTube is Pretty Princess Lisa. Oh, excuse me. And she wanted to know how I contour my face. Now, I don't contour. Well, I'll get started when I'm talking to you. I've already put my Nivea Post Balm cream on to use as a primer. Get rid of. Sorry, my hair at the top is dry. The bottom is still damp. So, because I only ever dry the top of my hair, as you probably already know if you've watched me before. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to put on first. Right, I'm going to use the Dr. Jart BB cream. I'll zoom you in a little bit. There we go. I'll move you up a little bit. There we go. Now, I only ever do a light contour. I mean, there's some really, I mean, if you want to do it properly, you know, contour your face properly with all the highlights and that, there are lots of videos out there, Lisa, but I don't do that, and I'll explain it as I go along the best I can. I mean, I'm not the best at highlighting. I mean, I just put a little bit of shape to my face the best I can. Right, I like to put this on with my fingers. It seems a little bit dark when it first excuse my coffee, when it first goes on, but it does blend into your skin colour and seems to blend. If I haven't just rubbed my eyebrows off a little bit. I'll just tidy those up. I just didn't want to come on without any eyebrows. Alright. So that's that one. Let me just tidy my eyebrows back up again. I'm not good with eyebrows. In fact, I'm terrible with eyebrows. And then I just run a spoolie gently through, just to. So I have a little bit of hair that runs across the very top, but here there is no hair at all. And then what I do, just to set those a little bit, just get my powder. I'm using the MUA Hydra powder. I'll just on a little fluffy brush. And I just run just a little bit through. Could use brow powder, but I don't want them any darker than they are, and I feel that for me is enough. I mean, they're fake eyebrows, and there's no getting away from it, and I really don't want them to stand out too much. Right, contouring. Right, I'm going to put on my concealer first. I could have done this beforehand. I was going to start doing, that's why I put on the Nivea, sorry. But then I thought, well, I might as well show you this bit as well. But you all know how to put foundation and concealer on by now, I'm sure. But I thought it'd make it the video a tiny bit longer. But then with me chattering away, they get to be a bit long anyway. Right, here with your concealer, if you're going to really do the contour and highlight bit, but I think for older skins it is a little bit too much. I just cover my dark circles and then just bring it out a little bit, but what you can is actually block the whole of this triangle here, and then go along the top of the cheekbone with highlight. As we get older, our temples go in, so the parts that go in want to be highlighted to give the effect that they're coming out. So you would put either a concealer or a contour powder in the lightest colour here. You'd highlight down the centre of your nose, which I do, and you'd do a big highlight in the centre of your forehead. But you'll see as I go along, I miss a lot of that out. But I will link a video in the down bar to a video showing you the full contour and highlight process. Right, I'm going to powder down my skin. I'm just going to use a small brush to do under my eyes to start with. Because I do like to, this foundation or BB cream does look nice and it feels nice on the skin without powder. But I do actually, did I cover around my nose? I didn't, did I? I don't remember doing. So I was chattering away. And I'm going to put a little bit of, and I've got a strange red patch on the end of my nose. Just going down now. I did look a little bit like Pinocchio at one time with the red nose. Don't know what was happening there. And I have a little bit of a bump just there, so we'll cover that up a little bit. So first of all, my powder. Did I just do that already, didn't I? Never mind. Powder down there on that bit. And then I take a big fluffy, this is the Real Techniques powder brush, and I just pat that on to start with. And then I buff it in. Sorry, my mirror's in the way. There you go, my face is now ready. So I've got a watery eye. And that one, I popped outside this morning without taking my antihistamine and started my eyes running. Right, now ready to start contouring. Now, there are different contour kits you can buy. This one is by that brand. You all know I can't say this word properly, so I'm not going to say it. So that is the brand that it's by. These are cream to powder contour colours. Now this is the colour that you would use if you're going to do the real highlighting process along with you know, your contouring. But I'm not going to use these just in case everything goes wrong, because these are a little bit harder. I find them a little bit harder to blend and work with. And then I have the Flawless Chiseled Cheek Contour Kit from Barry M. And then you have your two different colours, whichever one to use, and then your highlight powder. And then another one of my favourite is the Hoola, but I have just about come to the end of that. It is gone. So there's not quite enough in there, but I do like that powder. I'm just showing you a few powders that you can use. They've got the Bahama Mama from the Balm. You know, and then I have a Cargo, one from Cargo in light. You know, you can see, you know, it's only a couple of shades darker probably than my skin tone. But what I'm going to do, what I'd normally use is this one. But I'm going to use this one and keep my fingers crossed that I can get it blended out properly on camera. Takes a little bit of blending, so I've got a watery eye. Right. Contour brushes. Now, this has to be my favourite. It's the original contour brush from Real Techniques, just a little round brush. And then they brought out the Bold Metal 301 brush, and it looks like that. I do apologise, this needs a deep clean. I don't know what this green is here. No idea. I think it's probably coming out this rose gold metal, I think. Yeah, so there's that one. And then I paid a lot of money for that. You know what Real Techniques brushes are priced at. And then on eBay, for less than £2, I found this one. It is a little bit bigger, but it's a little bit narrower on the, the flat end. And that fits quite nicely, and it's good for blending. Oh, I think there was colour on there. But what I do first is use a small brush, something like that, or like that, just to mark down a line where I want my contour to go. Now, what you need to do first of all is find your cheekbone. And a good way of finding your cheekbone is use a brush and you just roll until you find the gap, right? So my gap is sort of there. That's where this is where I would put my contour. Now, I only do a short contour. Some people you will see will contour here and then bring it round. I don't like that on me. Lost my tissue. I'm just here to show you how I do it, but I'm just sort of putting in there that you can go around a little bit more. So take a little bit of your contour powder onto the end of your brush, tap off, and then I go from the top of my ear and I start with the dark, start at the back, and if you want to you can silk in. So I start at the back, gone a little bit too high there, but never mind, and then bring it sort of out to about there. Now, I never bring it. A good way to sort of do a measure in technique, which is quite easy, is to line your brush up with the corner of your eye or your eyebrow if you so wish, and then just don't bring it any further than there. So we'll do the other side as well. Just need to pick my mirror up so I can see. So just darken my line up. Right, I'm going to take this brush, and when you blend your contour, always blend up, never down, because you don't want your contour to be further than the line here. So blend up. So just blend that line away. Until that's blended like so. And if you can see now that I really sort of have got the illusion of sucked in cheeks, and it just gives my cheekbones a little bit. I mean, I only do the tiniest bit of contouring, and then with the small brush again, I am going, because I like, even though I'm going to contradict myself here now and saying that you should put light here, I'm still going to put a line of the dark powder. I need to join it up at the outer edge. And what you need to do is, and I'm going to carry it on around my forehead, what you need to do is make sure that you get the powder blending into your hairline. You don't want a gap. So I don't do a solid line. You can dot it depending on how much of a contour that you want. So blend it down into there, and then get the same brush and then just blend that through. If you want to dip in to your contour powder and add a little bit more for around the edge of your face, you can do. So you just blend. See, and I find that this contour powder tends to be a little bit dark for my liking. So I'm just blending away until I feel like I got a little bit of a muddy mark around my face. I mean, I bought this and then realised when I got it that it was too dark for me. I mean, I bought it online, but I thought I'd use this one so it's a little bit easier for you to see on my skin. So you blend out, and then I'm going to pick up my lighter colour. Give that brush a little bit of a rub off. And I'm going to pick up this lighter colour and I'm going to blend that on my forehead a little bit. Try and blend that away a little bit. And I'm going to take it there as well and just blend just a little bit. I mean, there's probably people out there going, no, you don't do it like that. But like I said, this is how I do my contour. Everyone does their things differently. Right. Now for highlight, as I was saying, this is your highlight powder. Now, I'm going to use a small little dome brush. Now, if you pick up highlight powder on the end, you only want a little bit, and then I don't usually do this, but then highlight. I usually just use like a one of the not the sparkly but the sheeny type highlights usually. Just highlight. Now I'm only doing this very, very lightly. If you watch the video I link down below, you will see how much heavier the lady in the video does this process. Now I'm going to pop a little bit in there, in the temple, a little bit over the top. See, now I don't like that. See, now I've gone away from how I contour really, but I don't usually do that little bit there. Unless I'm going out somewhere and I want to look really, really nice. But yeah, this is where I'm putting this powder now is where I would put say normal highlights. Your Radiance palette from Revolution. Now I'd normally use one of these, and it has, like, you know, the sheen to it. Now this is probably a little bit more of a subtle way of doing your highlight, really, I suppose. You have got the lightness there, but you haven't got the sheen to it. And then down the centre of my nose, I will do this with whatever palette I'm using, whether it's this one or the Radiance palette. So down the centre of my nose, across my forehead a little bit. So you see I do go onto my forehead a little bit, but I don't do the whole piece here. Take my finger in the highlight powder, get my Cupid's bow. See, that doesn't show up very much on the Cupid's bow, so I will go over that. I mean, any of these highlight areas that you want to go over, you can do with your Radiance palette or whichever palette that you want to use. Now, you mustn't forget to do the jowl area. Now, as you get older, you get this bit here goes a little bit saggy, and under here. So I'm not going to use the dark powder. I'm going to go in with the light powder and put some onto tap it off onto my brush. Tap it off. I'm using this little one. I'll just use my powder brush, never mind. And then just take it. I just take it all the way around, and then just blend it down your neck. Now, if you have any areas that are particularly bothersome, you can take a thin brush like that, put it in your highlight powder. You'd need a darker one, and then you would draw along the edge of that bothersome area, and then blend it out. So it does help to take it away. I'm going to do the other side there, and then blend. And then contouring your nose, I'm going to use the light powder. Now, I don't contour here because I feel that my nose here is thin enough. I do have a bump here, but I can never, you should contour the bump, but I have looked at videos and I have practiced it, and I just can't get that to look right, so I tend to ignore that bump. But I do feel that my nostrils, my end of my nose is a little bit larger than I'd like it to be, and my nostrils. So what I do is, in with the brush, the small brush, the contour powder, and run that at the side of my nose and bring it round a little bit to the end on both sides, like that, and then a little bit out onto the nostril there. And then get a brush, I'll just wipe that off and then blend. Remember not to bring it up onto the middle part of your nose because you've just highlighted that. Blend away. And if you feel that you can't get it blended away enough, use your fingers. I'm just having to blend that up a little bit further than I would do normally. There we go. Now, as I have said, through this video, this is a very, very light contour compared to some contours that you will see around. Alright, I'm going to take a blush, and it's a sleek blush, and it's in Antiqued. And it looks like this. Okay. And I'm going to, on a small angled fluffy brush, or smallish, I'm going to put in there, knock it off, and then just remember I put the highlight here and your contour is here, so in the middle goes your blush. And I try not to bring it too far out onto the apples of my cheek. I'm trying to take the darker the colour at the back. And what you should really do is actually start with the dark colour at the back and then bring it forward, and then you don't get a big deposit of colour there where you don't want it. And then just blend. Yeah, I think so. I'm just checking in my mirror to make sure, because I've got a dark side here and it's hard to make sure that I've got all the colours looking right. So I still haven't got my lights sorted. Yeah, I hope that is looking okay. I'll pop some lipstick on. I'm going to use a MUA liner in Caramel Nugget. Oh, stopped it. Sorry about that. Right, I was trying to show you the... I got the wrong way around. No, it is the right way up. There you go. Right, I'm going to outline and fill it in. And then the lipstick I'm using Natural Collection in, it's a Moisture Shine and it's called Fig Leaf. Looks like that. Not sure if I'm 100% liking this lipstick. I keep trying it out. When I've got the rest of my makeup on, like eye makeup undone properly, it does look much better. Let me just tidy my brow again. I seem to have lost some of that. So there you go. That, oh, I've just remembered I haven't done something. With this brush, very, very lightly, just about to put it into the blush, into my lightest contour, very, very lightly. You can do underneath your lip with a contour shade, and it gives the appearance of making your lip bigger. So just gently underneath. I tend to blend out with my finger a little bit, and it makes, because you have a natural shadow here with your lip, you know, coming over, and it just deepens that shadow up a little bit. Now I'm going to add a little bit more highlight here, and what I've been liking just recently is the Wet n Wild Colour Icon. It's a bronzer, but it's a very pale colour, and it has a little bit of, well, it has quite a bit of well, it's not big glitter, but it was a little bit of a glittery effect to it. So I take this brush that I used to use with the first highlight colour, and I'm going to dip it into that, tap it off, and then add some more highlight across the tops of the cheeks, down the centre of the nose, keeping it to the centre, not going over your contour colour. And there are different ways of contouring your face shape. I have just done it. I have obviously just done the contour for my face shape. And if you look, if you have some idea of what your face shape is, just look it up on YouTube, and you will come across a video showing you how to contour your face shape. It's amazing what you can find on YouTube these days. So that is, I'll just put a tiny little bit of that on my Cupid's bow, because we're highlighting. That is how I do my contour. It's not a lot. I don't do a huge amount. Excuse my hair wants hair dye on it again. I can't believe how much my hair grows in the 3 weeks, I think, since I've done it. Sorry about my hair, state of my hair as well. The top part has been, well, it's all been washed. The top part of my hair has been dried with a hairdryer, and then I don't dry this part, I let it air dry. So excuse me if it's looking a little bit iffy. So there you go. I hope that's helped you, Lisa. I know my video is a little bit garbled because I have so much I want to say, and it sort of tumbles out. and there's no order to it. I should really write down what I want to say, and then I would make sure that I have said everything, and I wouldn't repeat what I've already said, because I know I do repeat what I've already said. And that's probably because I'm not sure if I've told you that earlier on. So I do apologise for that. I hope you don't mind. But I hope, you know, it's not the best contouring in the world, but it's the way I like to do mine. So I'll say goodbye here, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.